Álcool. Consumir álcool de forma inadequada pode trazer sérios problemas para a saúde e para o convívio social. O álcool é absorvido pelo estômago e pelo intestino e distribuído para todo o corpo através da corrente sanguínea. Quando o estômago está vazio, o álcool chega ao cérebro mais rapidamente. Uma vez lá, altera o funcionamento dos neurônios, causando inicialmente uma sensação de euforia. Com o aumento dos níveis do álcool no sangue, a pessoa pode apresentar falta de coordenação motora, diminuição dos reflexos e sono. O fígado metaboliza, isto é, quebra as moléculas do álcool em outra substância, o que elimina o efeito do álcool ao longo do tempo. Após esse processo, as substâncias produzidas pelo fígado passam pelos rins e são excretadas pela urina. O álcool sai também pelo suor e pela respiração. Quem consome muita bebida alcoólica pode desenvolver dependência e doenças graves, como a cirrose hepática. Mães que consomem bebidas alcoólicas durante a gestação podem prejudicar seus bebês. O álcool passa pela placenta e alcança rapidamente o feto. Por isso, fique atento. A bebida causa bem mais do que uma simples ressaca.
Atenção, as imagens a seguir são fortes.
Efeitos do álcool. Deixa o campo visual embaçado e prejudica a visão noturna. O motorista alcoolizado tem déficit de atenção e percepção. O motorista perde a noção dos riscos e deixa de avaliar perigos reais. Afeta as funções motoras, reflexos ficam mais lentos em caso de necessidade de frenagem.
Worldwide, billions of people smoke. Smoking-related diseases, including heart disease, stroke, chronic lung disease, cancer of the lungs, larynx, esophagus, mouth, and bladder, cause 4 million deaths globally. For the majority of smokers, both the physically and psychologically addictive nature of tobacco products makes quitting difficult. Part of nicotine's hold on smokers is believed to be due to its effect on brain dopamine levels, which are associated with positive feelings. Knowledge of the receptor activated by nicotine provides helpful insights in the development of new smoking cessation strategies to help people finally quit smoking. Let's take a look at how this process works. When inhaled, cigarette smoke travels through the airways to the lungs. From here, nicotine passes directly through the alveolar epithelium into the bloodstream. Although nicotine can interact with a variety of receptors in numerous tissues, as we will see, it is its interaction with specific receptors in the brain that creates the dependence associated with smoking. Within seconds, nicotine is delivered to millions of neurons in the central nervous system. Here, within the midbrain, nicotine interacts with the alpha-4 beta-2 nicotinic acetylcholine receptors. Acetylcholine is the natural ligand for these receptors. However, nicotine, also an acetylcholine receptor agonist, has a higher affinity for the alpha-4 beta-2 receptors. Located on postsynaptic neurons, these receptors are comprised of 2 alpha-4 and 3 beta-2 subunits that form a channel for transporting ions through the membrane. When 2 molecules of nicotine or another ligand engage binding sites within the receptor, the ion channel is activated. Looking into the receptor, we see that it is closed, but activation by ligand triggers internal rods to open the channel for the passage of calcium, sodium, and potassium ions. This initiates electrical impulses, generating an action potential. This signal is rapidly transmitted down the axon to the reward area of the brain. Here, the impulses stimulate the release of neurotransmitters, including dopamine. Dopamine triggers additional signaling events that stimulate the reward circuit, generating short-lived feelings of well-being, improved mood, and increased attention. Every time tobacco is used, dopamine levels surge. However, nicotine is eliminated rather rapidly, causing dopamine levels to decline. The result, a craving for more nicotine. With continued tobacco use, alpha-4 beta-2 nicotinic receptors undergo complex adaptive changes, including upregulation and desensitization. Over time, these and other downstream changes contribute to a stronger need for nicotinic stimulation to achieve the rewards of smoking. In summary, the frequent use of tobacco products creates an increased need for more dopamine, continuing the devastating cycle of tobacco dependence.
Atenção, as imagens a seguir são fortes.
Interrimo ad appare dorime. Ameno, ameno, lanciremo, dorime. Ameno, o mandare imperavi, ameno. Dimere, matiremo, ameno.
A dependência do tabaco foi classificada pela Organização Mundial de Saúde como um distúrbio mental e comportamental, de acordo com a Classificação Internacional de Doenças. A nicotina é rapidamente absorvida pelos pulmões e mucosa oral, passando para a corrente sanguínea e estando à disposição do cérebro em 7 a 9 segundos. A dose letal de nicotina para um homem adulto é de 50 mg. Cada cigarro tem 0,8 a 2 mg.
Let's talk about marijuana and your brain. It's a rather complicated process, so let's start off with what's familiar to you. THC. THC is the chemical in weed that gets you high. You feel lightheaded, feel giddy, sometimes relaxed. Marijuana, you can smoke it, you can eat it in an extract of food, you can inhale it with a vapor pen, or consume it in an oil form. It's especially good for little kids who are taking it as a medicine. No matter the method, THC goes through your bloodstream and into your brain. And there, the THC is going to latch onto these special receptors. When they are stimulated, you release dopamine. It sends signals to various nerve cells all around your body and makes the user feel high. Not all cannabis is going to get you stoned. That's because marijuana contains another chemical known as CBD. That's cannabidiol. Marijuana plants that have low THC and high CBD can work really well as a medicine. They can treat things like epilepsy, pain, the ravages of multiple sclerosis, chemotherapy-induced nausea, all sorts of different things. It works because the CBD chemical can quiet excessive electrical and chemical activity in the brain. I know this 3-year-old girl who went from having 300 seizures a week to 2 per month after her parents gave her cannabis with high levels of CBD. When it comes to marijuana, there's some 500 different chemical compounds. All these compounds work together. It's something known as the entourage effect. It's important because you can't just take a chemical out of marijuana and make a medicine. You need the whole plant, especially when it comes to using pot instead of pills.
Maconha mata? Mata. Matou o cigarro de vergonha, tratando o câncer que ele trouxe, e matou o álcool de tristeza, mostrando que fumar e dirigir não machucam. Em um país onde mostrar a bunda é muito mais importante que ter cultura, plantar informação na cabeça das pessoas é uma tarefa quase impossível. Ignore a ignorância. Só nesses últimos 365 dias, no mundo inteiro morreram mais de 2,5 milhões de pessoas por conta do álcool. Outras 5 milhões foram mortas pelo cigarro. Mas não se preocupem, a maconha é solidária e vestirá preto em luto por vocês. Legalize a ganja.